Well, Cam Moon joins us as the Edmonton Oilers take on the Winnipeg Jets on Hockey Night in Canada. And Cam, the Oilers are coming off an offensive explosion, a 9-spot against the Seattle Kraken on Thursday. I ask you, what was the spark in that game, and how did the Oilers carry that momentum offensively against the Jets?
Well, part of it was the power play was as good as it was.
It's been so good.
It has been really, and particularly against Seattle.
Yes.
So there was that. I thought that helped get the team going offensively. You give up those 2 goals late in the first period. You're up 3-0, and things are looking very good. All of a sudden, it's 3-2.
And mad scramble at the end of that, too.
Oh,
Calvin
yeah.
Pickard.
Oh, yeah. Seattle almost scored at the end of the first period. And could you imagine the potential momentum swing at that time?
Yeah.
But the shorthanded goal by Matt Savoie early in the second period, to me, swung it right back Edmonton's way. So I think the team played fairly well defensively and have been doing that lately. And as a result, when they get opportunities to score, the Oilers can do that. Sure, it didn't happen against Minnesota, but it was just one of those things. Jesper Wallstedt had an incredible game in goal. You give him credit. But when the Oilers are taking it to the net, you think of the goal of Zach Hyman. He took it to the net. Beautiful. When Connor McDavid's shooting the puck, he had one there where I don't know what Joey Decord. I think he was expecting pass, and the shot surprised him.
It just came so quick.
And it went right through, and you could almost see the bewilderment on his face that Connor had shot at that time. So, I think it was a lot of little things, and it added up to 9 goals. Great to see. But I think the most important thing is the team is trending in the right direction and playing well. I would say in 5 of the last 6 games. The Dallas game will throw that one out because they weren't very good in that one. Yep. But the other 5, they've played well. However the result has gone, it's gone. But when you're playing well, you're going to get that result you want more often than you won't.
Let's talk about the top 6. And now, of course, head coach Chris Knoblauch elected to make some changes a couple of days ago. The top 6 remains intact. By the way, for the Oilers lineup, it's the exact same with the exception of Stuart Skinner getting the start, and David Tomasik comes in for Connor Clattenburg, who was not on the ice this morning for morning skate. But that top 6, beginning with, let's begin with the captain. Connor McDavid, 13th career regular season hat trick, 14th if you include the one in the postseason he had. He said at the start of the season, Cam, he was going to shoot more, and we're seeing that version of number 97 come out.
Yeah, we are. We are now.
Yes.
we are
it
now.
Took a bit. It took
a little bit. It took a little bit for everybody in a lot of different ways. But when that threat of Connor shooting the puck is there, I think it changes everything. Because now you can't play for the extra pass as a defender. You can't play for that. You have to honor that shot. And I think about how many times that we have seen over the years where Connor can come down the left wing where he's forced a little bit to the left, and he finds 5-hole on netminders. Yeah. And there's not a lot of room there, but if you can hit it, it's really difficult to stop when the threat of the pass is also an option. And I think Connor does that really well of just missing the stick and just missing the pad and finding net. And if we see more of that, I think that's a good thing for everybody. But you can just see his game is trending upwards, and that's huge news for Oilers fans.
It's amazing how much the game opens up when he decides to shoot and becomes a viable threat every time he's on the ice to put the puck in the back of the net. He has 5 goals in his last 5 games. Let's go to the second line. Matt Savoie. That almost seems like the perfect spot for him, does it not? With the Leon Draisaitl and Vasily Podkolzin. He looked so impressive on Thursday.
Yeah, well, I think Matt Savoie could play anywhere. I think you can put him up in your top 2 lines. I think he could provide energy in a bottom 6 role. Because he's got speed, because he has that tenacity in his forecheck, and he wins so many one-on-one battles. It's unbelievable when you're undersized and you're winning these battles all the time. It's incredibly impressive. Plus, you put the speed in there, too, of which he has lots of, and he's a threat. Yeah. He is a threat. And I think what we're seeing now that maybe we didn't see at the start in his situation is that confidence has built, and now, and you can totally understand it. You're coming into the NHL, you've only got a handful of games under your belt, and whether you're playing with Leon or whether you're playing with Connor, you're going to defer to those guys because they are all world players, and you're going to be looking for them every chance. And there'll be times where maybe you're not going to shoot because you think the better play is to give it to one of those two guys. But now you're seeing that confidence in his game that, I mean, he has been a very successful offensive player at every level. His confidence is building in that regard at this level. And now we're, seeing the fruits of that labor. And I think that's incredible. And there is a lot of upside to Matt Savoie.
It was a multi-goal game for number 22, his first in the National Hockey League. What a night it was for the hometown product. I mean, the ovation he got during our star interview, that was incredible. But we talked about Connor McDavid. Let's talk about a different Connor. Kyle Connor. The guy is a goal scorer. Goals in 4 straight games, one of the best shots in the National Hockey League. Let's begin with number 81, but also the challenges of going up against a team like the Winnipeg Jets. A lot of weapons on that team.
Yeah, that top line in particular. Yeah. You got Kyle Connor, you got Mark Scheifele, you got Gabriel Velarde. I mean, those are really good players. Yeah. And Kyle Connor, that shot of his, like, it is so incredibly accurate, so quick, gets it off his stick real quick. He is incredibly dynamic. So, the Oilers are going to have to be very wary of that top line. And they haven't faced Winnipeg yet this year. And I know Winnipeg's the second half of a back-to-back. They played at home. They beat Buffalo last night.
Yep.
And, it's a late night. And you got playing a team that's rested. So you would think the advantage is to the Oilers, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the case. We will see. Kyle Connor, just, exceptional player. Always enjoy watching him play. Enjoy watching him play a lot more against other teams.
I still can't believe that they didn't play him in the Four Nations final when he was a healthy scratch. He is one of the best snipers in the league. Hopefully for Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers, that number 81 doesn't find the back of the net here tonight. Now, speaking of goaltenders, it was Eric Comrie last night picking up the victory, a 4-1 win, as you mentioned, first half of a back-to-back. There's some travel here, so they didn't skate, nor did they have a media availability. Whether it's Comrie or Milic, it's not going to be Connor Hellebuck, and the Oilers have to take advantage.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they have to take advantage of the fact that Winnipeg played last night at home and had the travel. But, whether it's Eric Comrie, who was the second star last night, I think he made 34 saves on 35. Yeah, by all accounts, was unbelievable. Or Thomas Milic, who's played with the Seattle Thunderbirds in the WHL, won a WHL championship. We watched him in Penticton a few years ago at the Young Stars, and he was really good.
Yeah, he was.
He is and I don't know if Milic is playing tonight, but you kind of think he probably will, being at the second of a back-to-back.
Do you think there's a chance to go with Comrie?
Yes, I do think there's a chance. I wouldn't rule it out.
All right.
Milic has appeared in 2 NHL games. He's started 1. So the body of work at this level is not a lot.
Yeah.
But he's got good numbers in the American Hockey League. He's over 920 save percentage right now with the Manitoba Moose. But he has had to fight and battle his way to the WHL, then to pro, and he's done it all the way through. This guy is a battler, and he's incredibly athletic. So if we do see him tonight, I mean, he faced Edmonton, the Oil Kings, the year before Seattle won the WHL championship, and when the Oil Kings were up against them. So, we've seen him play a few times in this building, just not in the NHL.
Well, we know it's going to be a battle between the 12-win Edmonton Oilers and the 14-win Winnipeg Jets. Both teams sitting at 29 points coming into Saturday. We'll see who gets to 31.